Mr. Simon New. Good afternoon or evening, or I don't know what it is anymore. I haven't been outside in a while. All right, thank you, Mr. Parker. On behalf of the grad class, I want to thank all of you who came out to see someone graduate. It means so much to us that you would sit through the other 287 grads to see your kids 30 seconds of fame. Honestly though, this moment is completely surreal for me, and I know that I'm not just speaking for myself when I say that even though I can't imagine the alternative, I really can't believe that I just walked across that stage. And I'm honored to be able to walk across with so many friendly faces. I hope that my face in particular looks familiar to you, and I realize it might not because I've been a kid since grade 8, but I was declared legally invisible until like halfway through grade 10. I got to the point where subs would do attendance like Simon New, and I'd be like, here, and then they just look around like, this job's taking its toll on me. So if you were wondering why there was always that same empty seat in your grade 9 art class, hey, I'm Simon, how you guys doing? And some of you might still not recognize my face, but you know the voice from listening to the morning announcements, which you don't unless you're in grade 8. But apart from that, I'm sure that if you're on the senior boys hockey team, it gets to a point where you could care less when the practices are, or when the next vegan junior social justice philosophy club meeting was. But it's not that I'm leaving grade 8s in the cold. You really forget how much you look up to grads when you're in grade 8. They just give off that sense of confidence and profound wisdom that can really only be found looking at an 18-year-old from a 13-year-old's perspective. Actually doing the announcements and being around grade 8s does actually like a number to your ego. It's about that moment when like a pack of wild 13-year-olds in their 6th ever gym class like steps up into the weight room acting like confused tourists, and then one of them just stumbles up to you like, "Are you Simon in the morning?" And then you play it cool like, yeah. But it's actually like you're feeling like a titan in that moment. It's things like that that let you know how far you've come at kids. And I rag on the announcements, but that's honestly something that I loved about the school. Not only that sense of community, but the fact that every one of you brings something unique to the table. And you're all excelling at what you're passionate about. I think the Kits was really conducive of helping kids out with that. Without Kits, I wouldn't have found music, which ended up bringing so much to my life. I've gone through so much change since I first picked my locker in the fall of 2010, and I'm proud to say that it's all been for the better. And I'm not talking about just my physical transformation from a meerkat into a lion. I've watched every one of you find something that you love and let it guide you. So this is to the gym rats and athletes pushing for the new record, to the music heads passing around the new records, to the hype beasts trying to flex for followers, to those who realize that there is but 2 choices in life, to skate and to die. This is to the drama kids running lines in the hallways, to the rugby kids running laps in the hallways, to the kids with the Yu-Gi-Oh decks holding it down in the cafeteria, to the kids with the flashcard decks absolutely grinding in the library because the 95 still isn't a 97. But that was never me, so this is to plan B, because studying in the counseling suite is better than not studying at all, followed by plan D, because 34, 35, and 36 were plan C, so it's about time to switch it up on that Scantron actually. This is to hitting snooze the first 6 times your alarm goes, leave for school feeling 1 number off from hitting the lotto. Why you late? It's that same question, like, sir, I do not know why I missed the bus was a mystery to Mr. Romano. I learned what the discourse was to slip up to your speech, that a DBQ does to your weekend, what a brick does to your teeth. Remember when you hit the book so hard you hurt your chin and you never had to deal with turning it in? Teacher started making assignments due at midnight, like, I don't know when you think I was planning on starting. And then the clock's getting close to tomorrow and you hear Mr. Donald in your head like, Simon, go to sleep. And you're kicking yourself for that last episode of Always Sunny, but you don't look back as hindsight's for the class of 2020. So this is to I can't believe the test that Mr. P just handed you. This is to shenanigans, campouts, and banana suits. This is to growing beards as soon as our face lets us, to unconfirmed rumors of swimming pools and asbestos. This is to the skate kids, no riding in the hall. This is to the kids that know that life consists of ball. This is to the teachers who will let you out to the bell because what's important is the mitochondria, is the powerhouse of the cell. This is to know really, this time is your last chance. To everybody who thought that yesterday was a perfect time to do grad trans. This is to track pants, ball shorts, and athletes. This is to the completely unnecessary fatties and Nats beef. This is to giving your friends a hard time, but for me it's a little less fair. For me it's a should I joke about his last name or his red hair? This is to every time this exact interaction took place. Oh, hey man, what's good? Hey Simon, what's new? Not that joke, man, not that joke. This is to way too early, stuck in physics class feels, looking over at your buddy between clips of Chris Hadfield like sunglasses and Advil. Last night was mad real. So this is it, kids. This is to no backing down, the after rapid grad on the beach blacking out. This is to the tryhards and the whole classic clowns. Today we're flexing in our caps and gowns. This speech is dedicated to all the teachers who told me I'd never amount to nothing. Which was none of them, because if any kid's teacher said that, they'd be fired fast as I can ask them for a participation medal. So I want to thank everyone that I mattered to and that mattered to me, all my friends who I couldn't properly squad without. I want to thank Mr. Ramsey for being the one who taught me the most, and not necessarily about things like poetic devices, and for the trip to Gambier, which was one of the most important trips that we did this year, and I learned so much about myself in 3 hours. I want to thank Mr. Mills for his amazing work in the community. Without him, I would never seriously have started music, something that I really couldn't imagine at this point. I just want to thank all the teachers and staff that connected me with me over the years, as well as the ones that just put up with me, as well as everyone who ran to represent kids in the Valedictorian elections. I want to thank Emma McMillan for being an amazing co-host of Simon and Emma in the morning, and just for being there for me to give everyone the illusion that I have any idea what I'm doing. I want to give a huge thank you to Eva Stolper, because she was the one who convinced me to run for Valedictorian, and she should really be up here with me right now. I want to thank everyone involved in Thoughtwatch. You made the last year a blast. We came as some prey and did in fact leave with some predators. And if you're in the crowd thinking, Thoughtwatch, who the hell's that? Ask your daughter. I want to thank my mom and dad, because supportive doesn't even begin to describe the love and acceptance that you guys have shown me over the years. Just know that nobody shaped me like the person that I am to be the person that I am today, more than you guys have, and I'm so thankful to have grown up in such a loving environment. Also, really quick, if anybody could just hand my mom a tissue, because I know she didn't make it 30 seconds into this speech without crying. So this is it, kids. This is to the long road we've walked together, and to taking what we've learned into the journey ahead. I know that whether we know it or not, we all shaped each other over these years, and I'm proud of the class that I'm looking at. A lot of us were ugly ducklings back then, and we're swanning it really hard right now. 5 years ago, we were that kid in the weight room, and it's really only looking up from here. So this is to 5 years gone in a flash, or more like, oh my god, how long can it last? This is to lifelong friendships, or at least for high school, because the night's not ended. So this is to those late nights and thoughts when you go to bed, imagine your path and the dreams along the road ahead. And it's not mapped, and if it's not mapped, it'll find you eventually. This is because the last 5 years built a better me, and every single second built on the last one affects the me. We've come a long way, although some of us are just 17. I hope that during my speech you thought, yeah, that represented me. And all the grads, I'm that thankful to you guys because you elected me. So these are my last seconds. What a joy it's been that led to these. I can't express how much it meant to me. Kids, thanks, but